Hi, and welcome to this video on stem cells, content contained within the AQA GCSE Biology specification. The learning objectives for this content are contained within the subtopic Cell Division, which is contained within Topic 1, Cell Biology, which is tested in Paper 1. Within the subtopic of Cell Division, the areas this video will cover are stem cells. Chromosomes and mitosis in the cell cycle will be covered in a separate video. So, let's start with the definition. A stem cell is an undifferentiated cell of an organism which is able to replicate to produce more stem cells, and also to differentiate into different types of cells depending on which signals they're given. Stem cells can be found in humans. In embryos, stem cells can be found within early embryo cells. To recap, an embryo is an organism in the early stages of development which develops in humans from a fertilized egg cell or zygote. The embryonic stem cells found within the early embryo cells can go on to differentiate into all the different cell types needed in the body. In adults, stem cells are only found in certain places, like the bone marrow, brain, and heart. Unlike embryonic stem cells, adult stem cells can only differentiate into related cell types. For example, bone marrow cells can differentiate into blood cells and cells of the immune system, but not into other cell types. Stem cells can be used to cure diseases in humans. Adult stem cells are already used to cure disease. For example, bone marrow can be taken from a healthy individual and transplanted into an individual who has faulty blood cells. Embryonic stem cells could potentially be used to replace faulty cells in sick people. For example, you could take undifferentiated embryonic stem cells and use them to make insulin-producing cells for individuals with diabetes, or nerve cells for individuals who have had spinal injuries. Therapeutic cloning is a specific type of cloning technology where an embryo is produced with the same genes as the patient. Stem cells from the embryo contain the same genes as the patient, so are not rejected by the patient's body, so they may be used for medical treatment. The use of stem cells has both risks and arguments against their use, but also arguments for their use. One risk is that as stem cells are grown in a lab, they can become contaminated by a virus, which could be transferred to the patient. An argument against their use is that some people may have ethical or religious objections to the use of stem cells, arguing each embryo is a potential human life. On the other hand, others believe helping patients who already exist and are suffering is more important than the rights of the embryo. It is also argued that embryos used in research are usually unwanted ones, which come from fertility clinics and would have been destroyed anyway. Stem cells are also found in plants. In plants, cell division occurs in regions called meristems. Meristems are regions of a plant where growth occurs, which contains stem cells, which are able to differentiate and produce all the types of plant cells. This division and differentiation can occur at any time during the life of the plant. The regions of meristems are across the plant: the shoots, the stem, and the roots. You don't need to remember the names of these regions, but they are shown in the diagram just to give some context. The meristems enable people to produce clones or identical copies of whole plants in a quick and cheap way. This can be used to grow more plants which are endangered, saving them from going extinct, and also for growing identical crops which have desired features like disease resistance. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Check out some of the tutorials down below.